Today, we're diving into two legal terms that often get mixed up: decree and order. Both play important roles in the legal world, but they're not the same. Let's break down the difference clearly and simply so everyone can understand how these concepts work and why they matter. Let's talk about what an order really is in the context of the law. An order is defined under Section 214 of the Civil Procedure Code, 1908. It can be made at any stage of the proceedings, which means it's flexible and ongoing. But here's the key: an order doesn't finally decide the case. Instead, it deals with interlocutory or interim matters. In other words, it's a direction or instruction from the court that manages procedural issues or gives specific commands, without settling the parties' rights once and for all. Let's talk about what a decree really is. Under Section 2 of the Civil Procedure Code from 1908, a decree is a formal decision made by a court. It can be preliminary, final, or sometimes a mix of both. But one thing's clear: it's only passed at the end of a suit. This decree conclusively settles the rights of the parties involved, putting an official stamp on the court's judgment. It's the court's way of saying, "This is how things stand." Let's look at the key differences between a decree and an order. A decree is like an executable decision. It's final, passed at the end of a suit, and conclusively decides rights. An order, on the other hand, isn't executed like a decree. It can be passed at any stage, is often interim or procedural, and isn't always appealable. Understanding these distinctions helps us navigate legal processes more clearly. When it comes to decrees, there are three main types we need to understand. First, the preliminary decree. It decides some issues early on but doesn't close the case. Think of it as a step forward, like ordering a partition. Next, the final decree. This one wraps everything up completely, once preliminary steps are done. And finally, there's a mixed type, partly preliminary, partly final, where some rights are settled now, and others are left for later decisions. Each plays a distinct role in the process. Not every order can be challenged on appeal. Only those specifically listed under Order XLII, Rule 1 of the Civil Procedure Code, are appealable. For orders that can't be appealed, there's still a chance to seek revision under Section 115 of the CPC. When it comes to orders and decrees, an order is always appealable. It's a substantive right. That means you have the right to take your case to a higher court as a matter of course. Understanding this distinction is key to navigating the appeals process. After a full trial, the court declares the plaintiff as the rightful owner. That means the ownership rights are conclusively determined. This is the final decree, putting an end to the dispute. Along the way, the court issues procedural orders, like setting deadlines for filing documents. And sometimes, interim orders come into play. For example, an injunction stopping the defendant from selling the property while the case is ongoing. This real-world example shows how different court orders work together in a property dispute. If this helped, don't forget to save and share it. We've looked at how decrees and orders work in civil procedure. Decrees are like the final verdict, the destination where everything's decided. Orders, on the other hand, are like traffic signals. They guide us along the way but don't end the journey. Keep this quick summary in mind as you navigate